Hello all, this is Game Galaxy Zone. Welcome to FGO News once again. I'm pretty surprised, all honesty, seeing this event information up right now, because I expected to not see it for a little while yet. And this normally happens because event information is usually dropped during a specific day of the week, so right now would make a lot of sense, but it's also really late considering the fact that normally event information is dropped and then the event itself will happen a couple days afterwards, usually around 2 days. This is putting this event information now, and the event starting on the 27th, which is a week from today, is kind of odd. Anyway, it's kind of nice to learn a bit of information about this because this event is completely different compared to any other event we've had previous. I'm going to try to go through this as best I can and hopefully hit everything that we need to talk about. So this is a new event to FGO for us. This is the Setsubun event, Oni Propaganda Festival, and it is a really weird one to say the least of how it works and how it's progressed. It's not a grind quest, it's not a specific story quest, it's actually a challenge quest similar to NeroFest but a little different. So let's go down this. So the object of this is that you're scaling this 100-story building, and each floor is the quest that you go through to reach all 100 floors. So this event will be starting, like I said, on the 27th and will run to the 2nd of February. Only masters who have completed the final singularities will be able to participate in this. Pseudo singularities don't count. Something not related to this, which is still good regardless, is that all Ember and training rounds will be available at once. So instead of waiting till, let's say you need caster pieces, they only appear on Friday, and it's Saturday, you can actually grind it on Saturday right now as well, because they'll just be available to you. Same thing with Ember grinding and stuff like that. So this is really helpful. They're not half AP, but they are available for you to be able to use, and this is always nice because you don't have to wait a week to try and grind materials out. So a bit nice on that one. So the actual event information going down from here is how to participate and go through the event. So the event is broken down into the main quest for unlocking each floor, and then once you go through a floor, when you clear it, you get the next quest to progress going forward. Once you hit every 10 floors, there is a boss servant that you have to complete, which progresses the main quest. You can actually find a listing of what these bosses will be if you check up old variations of this event. I won't go into all of them. You can also see the progress on the left side of the screen. And here is the biggest thing about how this event plays out. So, in this event, you're not going to be able to choose supports from your friend list or supports from the game. You are left with an open slot and you'll be supportless. How exactly does this work is that going through this event, you use your servants to go through each floor, and when you clear a floor, they experience exhaustion, which means you cannot use them again until their exhaustion is renewed, which means you can't just grind through floor after floor after floor. You actually have to take time to have them recover from fatigue and exhaustion so that way you can reuse them again at a later time. This also means do not use all 6 slots because it affects all servants in this party. You're really going to only want to use maybe 2 or 3 at most. This way you don't end up using everything that goes into it for the most part. So this is interesting. This has never happened before. So it's new to how this is played out. And you can actually progress far enough to where you hit a specific thing called the hot springs, which allows you to reduce or improve recovery time for exhaustion, so that way you can use servants again. I don't know how hard this event hits with exhaustion. I don't know if you can go through it a couple times. I believe it's basically just once and done. I don't know if it's a pain to really have to wait a lot of days to go through this. It doesn't seem like it, considering that it runs to the 2nd, which the 2nd would put it at about a week long overall for this event, which is kind of interesting. So The other one big thing for exhaustion as well is that if you withdraw or you fail a battle, it does not proc exhaustion on servants. It is only procced when you clear one of the floor questings. And that's actually it. That is literally the event. I know this looks really small, but that's the event. You're just going through floors and participating and stuff. Now, the one thing I do want to mention is keep an eye on how your servants play out, because you're going to need a lot of them, your higher level servants and stuff, for the bosses, because some of the bosses actually have unique mechanics to them. They're not like 4 or 5 break bars, multiple enemies, multiple waves, nothing like that. It's more so, it's just a boss. Maybe occasionally there's an enemy or two, but most of the time there might be a gimmick, such as like reduced crit or party strengths, or they get their own increases of some kind, stuff like that. So it's not a huge ordeal, but it's definitely something to look out for the most part when it comes down to this. And that's really about it. That's all I know from this event, so I can't give any more information from there. So it's pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to be going through floors of stuff. You'll be getting rewards for doing this. And yeah, it's more or less just kind of a challenge yourself kind of thing. There's some pretty interesting CEs, and I do believe there may be a shop for this, although I don't think there is, because it's not a grind fest, so you're not grinding stuff to trade for stuff. But I do know that you can get items from this, and I think they were just only from the floors itself. So if there is a shop, I don't remember how it works. I don't think there is. That might have just been me thinking of it. But yeah. So bring out some servants. If you've got a good enough time right now, take advantage of the the ember gathering stuff and training ground stuff to start leveling servants that you may not have used, and hopefully prepare for this. So if there's any more information, I'll definitely post it. I know that there is a banner for this, but it's not up right now, which is odd, but there is a banner for, I believe, Raiko, Ibaraki, Shoten, Doji, Archer Inferno, I think, and Kintoki. Berserker? I don't know if Archer Inferno's in that one. I know everyone else I mentioned is. So, except for maybe Raiko, I don't remember. It's possible she is. I'd have to look back at the banner, but I definitely know Shoten, Ibaraki, and Kintoki are in the banner. But that's it. That's all the information we have right now. Hopefully everyone will enjoy this event. I know some people have been hit and miss for who I've talked to about it. I think it's okay. It'll be interesting. It's kind of nice to just see a non-grinding quest for once, because that's all we've been doing for a while. And yeah, we'll see from there. So if there's any more information on this, I'll definitely post it. But in the meantime, I shall see you all in future FGO news.